Shadcn is not just a UI library. And yes, even I thought it is. And yes, even I made the mistake calling it just an UI library. But it's not. It's key to understand what a UI library really is. Because if you do, you will understand what Shadcn really is and how you should actually use it. My name is Toby and I just activated channel memberships. So from now on, if you're a subscriber, you can also become a member if you want to support me. You will get some extra perks and extra emojis, but all of that is not needed. Okay, so what is a UI library? A UI library, pretty simple, is just a set of pre-built reusable components. And somehow that's what Shadcn is, right? We have components in here and we have a lot of them and somehow they are pre-built and reusable. So we have an UI library here, right? Somehow that's true, somehow that's not true. So if we take a look into the actual Shadcn components, like for example the calendar, we will see an import by React Daypicker. And if we move on, the carousel, we will see an import by Ambler Carousel React. Then we have the command TSX where we have command K. And then we have the dialog where we have Radix UI. So Shadcn is just using actual UI libraries that are most of the time headless. So Shadcn is just giving them a head. Sounds completely weird, but the most used headless UI library in Shadcn is Radix UI. But what is Radix UI? On the Radix UI website, we have the primitives get started, and there, let me zoom out a little bit, we have just all the components here that we also know from Shadcn. So switch, slider, separator, select, scroll area, all, oh, that looks ugly here, but all the components that Shadcn is actually also using. This here is headless. Headless means there's no styling. It's just the core functionality. It's just the accessibility. It's the foundation, the body. And Shadcn is giving it a head. That means it's giving this clean, minimal look that we all love. So don't thank Shadcn that your components work the way they does, because they haven't implemented that. That's actually something done by Radix, and Shadcn is just making it pretty. But who do we thank to? Who is Radix? Who is the team actually building on Radix? So if we take a look at the GitHub, Radix UI primitives, we scroll down to the contributors, we will see that there is somehow a problem in here, because we see more and more months where no contributions at all happen. And the big contributors are leaving the team. Like him, for example. He's just not contributing anymore. There's just this dude, Chance, which is kind of contributing here, but all the other folks are just leaving the company. So what is going on here? The first thing you might ask yourself now is, should I still use Shadcn if Radix UI is not being maintained anymore? Shadcn itself has an answer on that. I really encourage you to read that. I put a link down in the description. The simple and short answer is, no, you don't need to be scared. No, you don't need to switch systems. If Radix UI will be completely not maintained anymore and there will be more and more issues, Shadcn will probably switch. But to what? What is the competitor of Radix UI? Where is the team of Radix UI actually going? And there we have a new player on the block, Base UI. Base UI is basically the same as Radix UI. We have kind of the same components in here. You already see that there are still new ones coming. And if we take a look at the GitHub, we see that the contributions are on fire. Like, development goes crazy right now. There are a lot of people pushing commits down here. And we even find some developers that once were on the team at Radix. So somehow people from Radix move over to Base UI, and Base UI is the new cool thing. So why is Shadcn not using Base UI? Base UI is just not ready yet. It's pretty new and it's in beta. So there are still components missing. I think, for example, a sheet or a drawer component is still not in here. So there are still some things missing. Okay, so Shadcn is not really a UI library because it's instead using a UI library. Or what does that mean now? What is Shadcn actually? The answer to that is somehow simple and somehow confusing. If you ask me, Shadcn is just an opinion. Because let's be honest, there's so much more than just UI components in here. It's, for example, the way that these UI components are written. It's the fact that it's using Tailwind by default. It's the themes it gives you, the different colors you have in your global CSS. It's just a whole system. It's not just a UI library. That's why Theo, for example, placed Shadcn right in the middle. It's not just headless behaviors. It's not just styled by themselves. It's not just nice CSS here. It's combining all these things to one core system. So Shadcn is not a UI library, it's a system. Or better said, it's an opinion. Because if you don't like Tailwind, if you don't like the way these components are written, like with this object destructuring and all these small little details, which are just opinions, you can totally hate that and opt out of it, and it's fine. Then Shadcn is not for you. But the reason why Shadcn is that popular is that Shadcn just found an opinion that most of devs currently really like. So with all that knowledge now, how should you actually use Shadcn? If you start a new project, use it. It's a great system. It saves you an insane amount of time. And if you already have your project, maybe opt into it because the system works. It's great and a lot of people understand it very quickly. But if you already have a full styled system and everything is already implemented well, there's no need to opt into Shadcn. You don't have to just because it's hyped or something like that. That doesn't make sense at all. So take the components you have in here and build something awesome with it, but actually go in and change them. Don't handle them as atomic components. That's bad practice. And there are a lot of more bad practices. You will find the biggest mistakes in this video here. Thank you for watching and have an awesome week. Bye bye.